Welcome, members and guests. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. I hereby call the Local Government Committee to order. Madam Clerk, you will call the roll.
Representatives Calfee, Carr, Carter, Chisholm, Gant, Helton, Hodges, Holsclaw, Leatherwood, Love, Manis, Miller, Moody, Moon, Reedy, Rudd, Sexton, Shaw, Williams, Vice Chairman Wright, Chairman Crawford.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have 12 bills today on the agenda. And is there any personal orders that need to be addressed? Representative Calfee, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. She's getting a lot of attention today, but my lovely wife, Marilyn's in the back, affectionately known here in Nashville as a Silver Fox.
There you go. Representative Hodges.
We've got the great Mayor Durrett from Montgomery County here today. Just want to welcome him.
Okay. Any more personal orders? Seeing none, we're ready to move into our agenda. Item number 1, House Bill 1499 by Chairman Johnson. Do I have a motion? Proper motion in second. Chairman Johnson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 1499 is a resolution that was brought to our legislative delegation from the County Commission in Montgomery County. It passed the commission meeting with a unanimous vote. And I can explain a little more, but could we go out of session to hear from the mayor of Montgomery County so he can give you an in-depth explanation of this resolution?
Absolutely, sir. They did give us 24 hours notice on contact. So without objection, we'll go out of session and we'll hear from our guest speaker today, Montgomery County Mayor Jim Durrett. Thank you for being here. Give us your name and where you're from for the record, and you got 3 minutes.
Jim Durrett, Montgomery County Mayor, lifelong resident of Montgomery County. First, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, let me say thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And also to Deputy Speaker Johnson, Representative Hodges, part of our local delegation. Certainly want to thank them. And I want to thank all of our state reps for what you do. Service is selfless. I know that. I do it. And I appreciate what y'all do for the state of Tennessee. Mr. Chairman, our hotel motel tax now is currently split between our Convention and Visitors Bureau, Tourism Commission, Montgomery County, and what we'd like, and the city of Clarksville. And what we're really asking to do here today is that 37.5% of that is dedicated to our Tourism Commission. We all know that we're in COVID right now, and we all know what that's done to our hotel motel tax industry. But if you look back previously, our hotel motel tax in Montgomery County, with a blessing, has grown anywhere from 20 to 26% in the last 3 years. And obviously it went down this year. And so this is a county tax. It was instituted by Montgomery County, but there's no control of the funds. So if hypothetically, if that revenue grows 50%, the Tourism Commission still gets 37.5% of that. All we're asking is to allow us to control the funds a little bit more. I think county government should know how the funds are being spent. And also, it will allow us to maybe fund some things in county government related to tourism. We have a very nice park downtown called Downtown Commons where we have concerts, those type things. City of Clarksville has a River Fest, and that maybe allow, if the Tourism Commission does not need all those funds, allow us to use some of those funds to promote tourism for men inside our 2 local governments. But most of all, we want to continue to fund tourism in Montgomery County. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Is there any questions from the membership? We're out of session. Can't call. No questions. We're back in session, and Speaker Johnson, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Representative Hodges served on the county commission for a number of years. And I don't know if you had anything to add or not, but
Representative Hodges, you're recognized.
But thank you for putting me on the spot, Deputy Speaker. Yeah, just would say I'm very supportive. The fact is right now, if that money it can't be controlled by the county. So somebody within that organization give themselves a $400,000 a year, bonus, and there's nothing that the county government could do to stop that. And that's a real problem. And I would say that elected officials should always have oversight of tax dollars being spent.
We have the question on the bill. If there be no objection, we're ready to vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1499 moving on, please say aye. Opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee.
You're welcome. Item number 2 on the agenda today is House Bill 553 by Chairman Whitson. I have a proper motion and second. Chairman Whitson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. House Bill 553 is for our emergency rescue workers. It adds to the existing list of infectious diseases that are presumed to be on-the-job illnesses during the rare instance where there is a pandemic for which state emergency has been declared. Emergency rescue workers are defined in our state code as any person employed full-time by the state or any political subdivision as a firefighter, paramedic, or emergency medical technician. These public employees are specifically defined because they provide emergency medical aid to the public in the regular course of their employment without the protections available in a typical healthcare setting like a hospital. And because they are exposed to or exposed in and to infectious diseases while providing emergency life-saving medical aid to the public, there's an existing statute that provides for worker compensation for infectious disease. With that, Mr. Chairman, I renew my motion.
Any questions for the speaker? We do have a request to speak on the bill. Let me see if they still want to.
Mr. Speaker, if there's no questions, I renew my motion. She's standing by if needed, if there was any technical questions.
Question is being called, so we're ready to vote on House Bill 553. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee.
Item number 3 on the calendar today, House Bill 1610 by Chairman Sapicki. Do I have a motion? Proper motion and second. Chairman Sapicki, you're recognized on your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, this is a private act change for the city of Columbia. It accomplishes 2 tasks. Number 1 is it accomplishes the task of streamlining the hiring process for our department heads. And number 2, it does some clarification for, lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. For the Civil Service Board. That's all it does. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none, we're ready to vote on local bill, House Bill 1610 by Chairman Sapicki. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Item number 4 by Representative Todd, House Bill 1380. This is a local bill as well. Do I have a motion? Proper motion and second. Representative Todd, you're recognized on your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a private act for Madison County that makes a few changes to the process that's been in place since 2015 for civil service grievance procedures within the Sheriff's Department. Our current act has little detail on procedure when an employee appeals a decision to the Civil Service Commission or even standards for evaluating sheriff's disciplinary actions. This has sometimes caused confusion with the commission or the reviewing court on what standards actually apply. So we've added detailed procedures on which party has burden of proof, the order of proceedings during a hearing, and have given specific definitions for good cause for either discipline or termination by the sheriff.
Thank you, Representative Todd. Is there any questions for Representative Todd? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1380, please say aye. Those opposed, no. Your bill moves on to calendar and rules,
Thank
sir.
you, Mr. Chairman, committee.
Item number 5, House Bill 1611, Representative Bricken. We got a proper motion and second. Representative Bricken, I see your bill has an amendment. No, it does not. I'm sorry. You're recognized on your bill, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. This is a local bill brought to me by the City Council of Tullahoma that they have unanimously prepared. It basically changes the local election of mayor and alderman to coincide with the general election cycle. So it will save the city of Tullahoma about $40,000 a year, so they don't have to elect off-seasoned mayor and alderman. So that's the summary of the bill.
Any questions for Representative Bricken? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1611, say aye. Opposed, no. Your bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, committee.
Item number 6, Chairman Jernigan. Proper motion and second. Chairman Jernigan, you're recognized on your bill, sir.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Members, under the Tennessee Freedom of Speech Act, political signs can be put up 60 days before a general election. This bill defines what the general election is. It'll be 60 days before early voting starts. I did work with the Secretary of State's office, and they're fine with the definition change. I'm ready for any questions.
Any questions for Representative Jernigan? Seeing none, we're ready to vote on House Bill 0411. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Chairman. Members.
This brings us to item number 7, House Bill 1276. The sponsor has requested we be rolled for 1 week. Without objection, we will roll this for 1 week. Item number 8, House Bill 1603. The sponsor has asked that it be rolled 1 week. Without objection, we will roll this bill 1 week. Item number 9 on today's calendar, House Bill 1604. The sponsor has asked that it be rolled 1 week. Without objection, we will roll it 1 week. Item number 10 on our calendar today is House Bill 1602 by Representative Darby. We have a proper motion and second on the bill. Representative Darby, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a proposed charter amendment for Gleason, Tennessee. It's needed to update the language in the charter and remove the residency requirements for the city recorder/treasurer.
Is there any questions for Representative Darby? Question has been called. We're ready to vote on House Bill 1602. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee.
Our next item we have on today's calendar is House Bill 655 by Representative Hicks. We have a proper motion and second. I do believe this is your first bill before our committee. Is that not correct?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, it is. It most certainly is.
Most of the time when you come before local full for the first time, we ask that you normally sing, but we will just ask you to recite the first part of the General Assembly fight song.
I'm afraid I'm in trouble there.
Okay, all right.
You might, I can sing for you though, if you want me to.
Well, since you offered, let's hear a verse or two. Representative, you have the mic.
It might be terrible.
All right. Representative Williams, was you seeking recognition?
I just wondered if he knew what the nickname for the comptroller was, if it could help him pass his bill.
Representative Hicks, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No, I need to know that information though.
Mm-hmm. Representative Williams?
He is called the money cop by his predecessor. That's what we called him. So comptroller is a money cop. Somebody might ask you that on the House floor. That's the only reason I'm telling you.
Yeah, might be good to take a few notes. Representative Hicks, your bill is in proper form. We recognize you on it as this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill makes government work better by removing an unnecessarily filing requirement for municipalities and utility districts. Under current law, municipalities and utility districts are required to file their travel expenses and reimbursement policies with the Comptroller's Office. These filing requirements are already being checked for compliance through an annual audit report.
Representative Holtzclaw, you're recognized. Chairman, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Chairman. Being a freshman, you could not come up with the bill on your own with your own words. You had to.
You're recognized, Mr. Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No, they're starting me out at the very, very bottom of the thing here so I can figure it all out. One day I'll be like you, Chairman Holtzclaw.
Oh. Representative Holtzclaw, do you have a response?
Well, with lots of training, and maybe we'll do ride sharing, and we can coach all the way back 4 hours each way to maybe get you in proper alignment.
Representative Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got a long way to go.
Thank you, Chairman.
Representative Shaw, you're recognized. Representative Shaw passes. Representative Calfee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for, before anybody gives him too hard a time, y'all take a look at his hands and feel of his arms. He actually works for a living with a hammer, and I don't want to get my head hammered, so thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I think we're ready to vote on House Bill 655. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Your bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Chairman.
Representative
Thank you,
Hicks.
committee.
Item number 12 on our agenda today is House Bill 1365 by Chairman Carter. And Chair Lady Robin Smith is going to present that bill for us today. We do have a proper motion and second. Chair Lady Smith, you do have some amendments.
I
Can you
do,
give
Mr.
us those
Chairman,
tracking
and thank you,
numbers?
committee. There are two friendly amendments that were added. 4625 is the first amendment.
We have a proper motion on amendment 4625. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's place that amendment on the bill. All in favor of amendment 4625, please say aye. Opposed, no. That amendment is on the bill. You're recognized on your second amendment, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. The second is also 5547, some definitions.
Your amendment has been motioned and second, is in proper form. Is there any discussion on amendment 5547? Seeing none, we're ready to vote on the amendment. All in favor of 5547, please say aye. Opposed, no. That amendment is on the bill. Chair Lady Smith, you're now recognized on the bill as amended.
Thank you, Chairman and committee. In the absence of Chairman Carter, I will attempt to make this a little more eloquent in my own simple terms. He will tell you all about subrogation and the role and the very big important role that plays at a local government level as far as the self-insured plans, even our school districts. But suffice it to say that for a couple of years, this committee has been devoted to protecting our local governments and the self-insured plans. There were some gaps through definitions. This essentially is a technical correction bill that makes sure that local governments are able to have the protection of subrogation and protect their risk as well as their finances on the patients that are insured. So, sir, I'll be happy to take questions following that.
Does anybody have any questions on House Bill 1276 as amended? Seeing none, I think we're ready to vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1276 as amended, moving on to finance, please say aye. Those opposed, no. Bill moves on to finance.
Thank you, Chair.
Representative Carr, you're recognized.
Just for clarification, did you say House Bill 1276?
I think so.
Is it House Bill 1365?
Yes, I did.
Just for the record, thank you, Chairman.
Yeah. Correction for the record, this is House Bill 1365 as amended, moving on to finance. Thank you for catching that, Chairman. Does anyone have any announcements or personal orders? Representative Calfee, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I talked to Joan Carter this morning, and the judge typically has chemo on Mondays, and he's feeling better by Wednesday. But she told me he's had 10 really bad days since his last chemo. So we need to keep the judge in our prayers. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
definitely do that. Keep him in our thoughts and prayers. Any more announcements or personal orders? Seeing none, that concludes our business for the day. We are adjourned.